What's good to YouTube? And welcome to the house. I should also say, and Twitch, because we're live to both right now with a market watch for you guys. And we're going to start off with Legendary Duelists. What came out while I was gone, we see Bingo Machine Go at 37 freaking dollars. That's pretty big, and I've heard a lot of the pure players don't even play this currently. We then look at the next most expensive card, Blue Eyes Chaos Dragon, sitting around the 12 mark. The Blue Eyes really have taken over the set. But then we go into the Photons with Orbital, and the Photon cards are relatively good at $7. We see $5 for full Armor Master. So what are my actual thoughts overall? Well, the Cyber Dragon cards in here weren't so hot. The Photon cards were actually relatively interesting, but I don't think will be past tier 2 currently. And then the Blue Eyes cards I think are collectible, as is the theme overall with Legendary Duelists, but not necessarily competitive. We then look to past Legendary Duelists for examples of kind of how the set has gone, because this felt really top heavy to me. Ancient Gear Fusion has risen towards $37 versus a market price of $32. So it's been up there. But now it's going on up even further as one of the chase cards out of here. We look to eBay to see, yeah, it's actually 35, 35, and then 39. So my opinion on this Legendary Duelist is it's currently the weakest out of the three, even with the Blue Eyes name, because you see Ancient Gear Fusion up here, then you see Crystal Bond in the $20 mark. You still see a card over the $10 mark with Millennium Eyes. Toon Kingdom, a rare, flexing at $8+. Cocoon, a shorter print over here at, $7. And so many cards are, rounding out the $4 to $5 mark on the front page. Whereas with this, we actually start way up high out the gate with Bingo Go Machine at 38, 37. But then you see the Chaos Dragon is the only other card above 10 before you already fall towards 7s and then towards 5s. And it's a newer set, so a lot of these prices are inflated towards what their final price will be. In my opinion, I think the Galaxies and the Blackwings might be a little underrated for what they might spike towards. I don't currently know the shorter prints. I just got back from my honeymoon, so I haven't talked to any of the vendors or figured out what's shorter printed in here, what the ratios are. I would obviously tend to think that Bingo Machine Go would be one of them, as historically all Hidden Arsenal-like sets or Duelist Pack sets, side sets, tend to have shorter prints. I'm guessing by the price, this is one of them. But we look at the quantity, 49 different prices for the Chaos Dragon and many other cards here. I think the Blackwings and the Galaxies might just be a little underrated for what they'll be price-wise in the future, especially looking at cards like Ancient Gear Fusion rise over time. What do you think might be a winner out of here? Do you think the Blue Eyes cards will continue to rise? That there's just that many Blue Eyes fans, even if it's not really played? Also, speaking of Blue Eyes cards, Blue Eyes Alternative Dragon still at that cheaper point with that re-release of the movie pack towards $20. This is pretty much the optimal time to go ahead and get your Ultras. These Unlimiteds are all from that new movie pack being busted open. It's the best time and the best price you'll see to get it until it sees another reprint, and who knows when that's going to be, as we've only seen it in the movie packs themselves and no other product ever before. Over here on eBay as well, $20 around there, and it quickly does rise. So get yours sooner than later, as this will create a little additional drag and hype for Blue Eyes in general that you won't want to miss out on your alternative dragons, even if you're not going for the newer stuff. Frightfur hype, we finally got Patchwork, you tell me. We finally got both of them, Fluffle and Frightfur Patchwork. Sabretooth got a random, really bad buyout in my opinion. Doc's ultra rare. You know what else is ultra rare? Sabretooth in the Megatons. Big oof, and you see it's, at its $5 market price. So yeah, I get it's the original. I get you might want this, but I don't really see this buyout as something fruitful. Maybe the more unique cards like Daredevil, which have been sitting at their price forever, nudging up just a little. I think if you were actually a fan of Fluffles, I say this about Heroes, but if you're actually a fan of Fluffles and Frightfurs, you already had the cards and you're not scrambling. Look at Jump Ultra Frightfur Tiger, $2, sitting at market price, under market price. Come and get me. And you know, you just got to buy something else from this seller. Let's see if there's other 2s lying around here. Yeah, 220, 22 copies from Core TCG. So obviously you would be playing Tiger still as well to pop fields as you move up the plays. I'm just not feeling any buyout for this currently. I don't think that Patchwork alone is going to be dragging the ceiling of the deck to the point that it's suddenly meta. We can look at the OCG for that too. It needs a lot more to be going, but one random buyout, sell them while you can is my opinion. So if you have these, list these, get rid of these, get them later. That's my honest opinion. Danger! So we had the Danger monsters released in a way not really seen before. All at once from New York Comic-Con. Alright, so we didn't have those pictures teased, people assuming, prices getting bubbled up and hyped. The prices are where they were. That's pretty dang nice if you're considering the deck. Now, nothing really seemed to bust open the ceiling yet. A lot of people are looking at, oh, well, we got multiple levels, you know. We got the Sneck, he's at 3. We got Moth, we're searching for Lamps at 4. We got 8 overlays with Thunderbird now. We're repeating the levels, which is really good for the deck as we're actually looking at, you know, XCs like Tactics, and eventually we'll probably get some kind of, you know, Brains XCs, so these could play into it later, but the Dangers are pretty readily available compared to the price they've been at for a while, hanging at the 40 mark. They never got that bubble up hype like Spirals got, where Spirals showed the images, teased the images for a day or two, and then that hype bubble started. Nah, we got all the effects at once, and they're steady. People are pretty happy and confident with where Bigfoot and Nessie are. And they're looking at the new cards. I see some people really excited for them. Other people saying, this deck, it's failing compared to what I thought it would be. I'm honestly super excited for where the Spell and Traps are and their secondary effects and the potential that leads to the future of the deck. But we still have 2 more sets to see where it actually heads. Ash Blossom's a solid 30 now. Solid 30, huh? That's crazy to me. And we do see Alistair, as predicted, continuing to fall down as it's not present in the meta/metagame. So kind of pick your time and place on where you might want to pick up that card if you're interested in Mech Knight Invoked for a Funzy deck. But we really deserve the better reprint of Ash Blossom along the way somewhere. Speaking of reprints, not hit on a ban list is Trickstar Reincarnation, and its reprint has crept up to $7 under the radar of a lot of people recently. You know, it was sitting at 3 to 4. A lot of people expected it to get hit on ban list somehow, either Droll or itself. Woo! They're still running around. They're still really, really hated, and it's still a decent deck. Kind of like True Draco. It's kind of one of those really strong 1.5 tier decks. So if you have these, you've had solid value that's continued to go up you might not know of. But something interesting here on TCG Player, 747 for Battles of Legend. Original first ed, 725. People just care about playing this deck rather than its rarities, it feels like. I know these are both secret, but people still value the originals typically over the new ones. That's interesting to me. We come over and we do see Battles of Legend listed first at $8. And we keep searching Code of the Duelist Unlimited, Code of the Duelist Secret Rare Unlimited, and then we see First Ed Code of the Duelist at $8.50. So realistically, both places kind of blend the price, and it really does feel like people just care about playing the card, not its rarity, with this deck overall. Next, we actually come and look at FLOD, and I'm surprised at how stable these freaking prices have been while I'm gone. I expected, after the 200th, a bunch to be sold. We're in that slower regional season. Not a lot of hype events coming up. Yeah, we have YCS Niagara Falls, I believe, but wow, impermanence above 80 after the 200th with everybody selling. I didn't expect that at all. Hopefully we get something similar to a Gold Series that puts a price coolant for you guys. Ghost Spell at 50. Unicorns up towards 30 now, not just 26, up towards that $30 mark. And the set is pulling pretty well for FLOD. That first non-reprint set of the year, doing really well for itself. Also, Sky Striker's down as predicted. I told you guys, you either go with the pure deck or you cut the engine for the most part. It feels like, unless you're trying to be spicy or really force it in there. So we've seen it actually fall almost a whole 10% here towards $68/$70, and Widow Anchor falling all the way back to the point it was before its buyout where I was leaving. And we see over here Engage as well towards that $70 mark. It's nice to feel this cool off a bit while I was gone. Nice to see, and I'm pretty happy with it. Like, yeah, this went back towards it because people realize I'm either playing the pure deck or I'm not. I'm not splashing this so much. And I'm happy with that decision by a lot of people. So what did you guys think of today's Market Watch? I'm so glad to be back here. Live streaming right now on YouTube or Twitch if you're catching the tail end of this or catching this video super early. We're having a good time. We'll probably be streaming late tonight. But if not, if you're not catching it on its initial upload, you know, it is what it is. You missed out. So, thanks for watching. What do you guys think? Subscribe if you haven't already. Give the video a thumbs up if you just enjoyed the discussion. And what do you think? Do you think this is the weakest Legendary Duelist, or am I underestimating it? The market seems to be speaking that it's the weakest overall so far with a lot of the second prices, but maybe one is not flexing as much with red eyes. Oh, there's just potential instead of proven power. Ooh, the memes. Oh man. But yeah, seriously, let me know what you guys think about today's Market Watch. Thanks for watching, everybody.